Guys, once again, it is time for another sales video. So, yeah, this is September. I'm a lot behind. I need to do October. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. I I don't know. Q4 has been going okay. I did do, I guess, my average month in September, which is about 13. Sometimes I do as many as 18 sales. I can honestly count on about 13 sales every month. So September, I usually do really, really well in September, but I don't know. I was really thinking like Q4 wasn't even going to happen because October wasn't that great either. But middle of November, it is now November 15th, and sales have started kicking in. I'm getting at least once a day, um, one sale a day, so that's pretty good for me. This month I didn't do any Etsy sales. Etsy has just died for me. However, it's basically my fault. I haven't been listing on there, which is a shame because if some things were on there, then they might have sold for higher prices. But I've just been kind of focusing on getting my Poshmark running. And so Poshmark, it's free to list, so it's just really easy to throw stuff up there without worrying about that, 20-cent thing. Um, Not that 20 cents a listing is a big deal, but for me, it's just easier to throw things up on Poshmark and share it and see what happens. So I have been getting some success through Poshmark. However, you have to deal with some lowball offers. Etsy, you've got to pay, but you do get higher prices, but it's also slower. So it's just there's trade-offs with every platform. But anyway, first here we have some eBay sales. There are, let's see, I think I counted 13. Now let's dive right in. We got some Beistle Halloween decorations here. And super cute. These aren't terribly old. They're from 1983. I mean, at this point, they are, like almost 40 years old, but they're more like the cutesy Beistle, whereas people generally look for like the old Beistle, like 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s. And I was surprised that these sold so quickly. I had them in my death pile for months. I found them at the giant garage sale that happens once a year around here. I love going there. Tons of people, but um, I always come out with like some really, really good stuff. And I did do a haul and I took a little bit of video of that sale earlier this year if you just are interested in what that looked like. Anyway, so yeah, these sold for $28.50. I was hoping to get 40, but it didn't happen, but it still sold really quickly, like within the week. And I was so mad at myself for not listing them sooner. I probably got these for $2, by the way. All came in a bag. This is a Sackroots little purse crossbody. This took forever to sell. I bought this like at the beginning of this year, 2019, and for $4. It only sold for $12 plus shipping, but still, like, I had so many watchers on this, so many watchers, and just people would ask questions about it. It had like a small stain, which you can see right there on the like top, but like I don't know, it just surprised me that it was a cute purse. That might have been washed out. I just didn't want to wash it and it get damaged or something. I do wash some items and not wash other things, so just depends on the situation. But yeah, I sold it for 12 finally after many, many months. So whenever I see another Sackroots thing, I'm like, do I want to pick that up? It'd have to be a lot cheaper than $4. It'd have to be like 50 cents or $1 for me to pick up another item like this. Next thing, this is really, really cool. Didn't get as much as I was hoping I might get. I did get the full $25 plus shipping, but it did cost me $5 at a Goodwill. It was like in the new bin, they bring out like the new stuff bin, and I looked through it, and this was like one of the first things that I saw. I thought it was just a really, really cool item that somebody might like to have, especially for Halloween. I took it this way so you can kind of see their faces a little better. But, so yeah, $5 into $25 plus shipping. That's not terrible. It's just when I picked it up, I was like, oh, I think this will go for 40, maybe 50, but nah. Oh, and the package was damaged, so that definitely hurt the value. But still sold fairly quickly within only 2 or 3 weeks. This is just a silly item I got at a Goodwill. I got it for $1. It sold eventually after many months for 10 plus the shipping. And I looked these guys up because obviously, like, this is Hebrew writing. I mean, I wasn't sure I had to look all that up, but yeah, I think I had to like do some Google image search because I had no idea what this was. I just thought it was interesting, and it's on 3 CDs. It's basically these guys who do Hebrew comedy, and I looked up some of their YouTube videos on, well, some of their videos on YouTube, and I saw one that they did in like several different languages, including French, and I understood some of the French, and so I just thought it was neat. They were basically saying the same thing in just a bunch of languages, and I was like, oh, it was kind of neat. But yeah, these guys are from, oh, like the 50s. Anyway, next item is Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. Well, okay, All Stars, including the Lost Levels, I believe. Yeah, and it's just like the old Super Mario SNES game that you would get back in the day, but on the Wii. And I didn't even test this. Usually, I try to test it, maybe take a picture, but the disc looked okay, so I went ahead and was comfortable with just selling it as is. $14 with free shipping. I picked it up for $2. I knew that it wouldn't sell for like a bunch of money, but I knew that it would sell pretty quickly because it's Mario Brothers, you know, Super Mario, so um, that's why I picked that up. Next item is, these were me and my husband's games, okay? 2 of these were mine, 2 of these were his, and we've been kind of getting rid of PS3 games. We still have our PS3. I'm keeping our PS3 because PS1 games also work on it, and it's just a great way to test PS1 games if I ever need to. I haven't come across any in a while, but I just still, you know, if it's not taking up that much space, I'm just kind of keeping it around. But we don't play any games on it, and so we just thought we'd let these go. And also, I wanted to pick up GTA 5 for the PS4 and play it because I never played it on the PS3. My husband bought it for me, and because of just circumstances, like I never got to play it, he played it all the way through, and then we got a PS4, and we never went back to the PS3. It was just never plugged in. So, yeah, I just decided to get on the PS4. I don't know why. I just didn't want to plug both of them up, I guess. It's just laziness on my part. Anyway, 25 with free shipping. This is an LSU phone. LSU has been doing really pretty well. For a long time, they were not, and so I was not picking up LSU stuff, and which I kind of regret now because they're doing really well. Their stuff is kind of selling a little bit more. But this phone I picked up at a garage sale for $4. I don't know why I paid that much for it. Like, it's so dumb. I think the woman wanted 8 originally, and then maybe it was 50% off day or something, or I offered 4. I just would never do that nowadays. That was like a couple of years ago. I guess I thought because maybe somebody might want it as like a cool vintage item. It's got like the vintage looking mascot on the phone. But someone eventually bought it after a couple of years of having this for $8. So I basically like got my money back there. I mean, they did pay shipping, which was cool. This is a couple of CDs. I bought a bunch of CDs just sealed at Goodwill one time. We have a whole neighborhood called Goodwood, so I don't know why I'm saying Goodwood instead of Goodwill. But anyway, yeah, so I bought these for $1 a piece. They were in great condition, still sealed and everything. They had like items inside. It took a little while to sell these. I sold them for I don't think I sold them. I didn't write this one down. Huh. Okay. I think I sold these for $10. Um, and so 2 into 10, not great, but I was just glad to move on with it. The other sealed CDs that I bought, like I said, I bought like maybe 15 or 16. These are the only ones that have sold, so obviously not a good purchase. I just thought they would sell in lots because they were still sealed, pretty much perfect condition, but yeah, it didn't turn out on my part. Um, yeah, I wish I could have paid less than $1 for them, but whatever. Anyway, $2 and 2.10. This is a cool find. I actually found this on one of my what do I call them? Like my thrifting videos, where I went garage selling videos a little while back, and I saw this. It was $2. It was late, maybe early September, I guess, and I just knew that she would sell. I mean, it was kind of a cheaply made item. I think this place called Voodoo, this Voodoo place in New Orleans was making these for a while, but I couldn't find maybe but a few online. So I guess they've stopped making them like this. But just this is just some wood with some like little shell eyes put on. It's a neat item, but it wasn't made of anything like high quality or anything. And the coffin box is cardboard. But her little arms that were sticking out kind of made it more difficult to ship. But yeah, $2.70 plus the shipping. I figured it would sell around Halloween, and it did. This sold late September, so I was super happy about the sale because I knew she was going to sell for something significant, and she did. So if you ever see Voodoo, like this stuff doesn't creep me out. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I won't pick up stuff like that because it just creeps me out." This does nothing to me. It's fine. So if they want to come haunt me, hey, the more the merrier. Anyway, next item is this Kiss guitar. This is pretty cool. I found this in the plush items. I paid $1 at Goodwill, and I had these like cool little flames. So what I think this is, even though the tags say like, I think it was supposed to come out of like those machines, like a claw machine. But what I think these are is that there were items giving out during Mardi Gras, like when Gene Simmons was the king of one of the Mardi Gras balls or parades, one of the ones they have, and I think they were giving these out then. So these are pretty rare on the market. So if you ever see one, pick one up. And I am an idiot because I saw another one at Goodwill, but I was hesitant to pick it up because the whatever you call this, is it like a fretboard? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know things about the guitar. But yeah, it was just bent over really, really badly, and it was like $5. I didn't want to pay that much, and I hadn't sold this one yet. And I didn't know if this one would ever sell. So I was like, well, I don't want two of them that don't sell. And then when I went home, I think that weekend this sold for $80 with free shipping. No, it was getting like no views, had no watchers on it or anything. So, like I said, I just didn't know what was going to happen with it. And so I didn't pick up the other one. And I didn't go back or anything because it was just, it's a Goodwill like on the really far side of town, so I didn't want to go back and get it or try to see if it was there and then it'd be a wasted trip. But yeah, a very cool item and super simple to ship. I did put in the listing that I was going to bend this over when I put it, because I wasn't going to put this whole thing in a box. That's just not what I was going to do. Anyway, had tags and everything. $1 into 80. Even if I've only made 70 on this, that is amazing. So keep your eye open for like anything Kiss really, because some of their items can be collector's items. This is just a Pink Floyd puzzle, 1,000 pieces. Got this at Goodwill for $2. It was sealed. It ended up going to Australia, and it went for the full $30. This is a VHS. I can't go a month without selling a VHS, of course. And this was just a pretty rare item. It was from, let's see, I don't know if this was from any, okay, a media item. If you ever see that label, just look it up. Not all of them are worth something, but some of them can be. This is on YouTube, but it was never put on DVD, so it's kind of a collector's item. It sold for $20 plus shipping, and pretty quickly, like I think within the week. So don't pass this up if you see it in the thrifts. Sold to someone in Canada. Next item. Okay, so this is kind of a story. I bought like 10 of these from a friend who wanted to get rid of them. He wanted me to sell them for him, like split the profit. But I was like, these are just like little things that sell for $10 a piece. Like, that's not really worth it for me, and honestly, it's not worth it for you. So let me just buy them outright. And so what I thought was a fair price for a bunch of them, I spent like $50 on them, which was too much. I just I thought that would sell really, really quickly. I have sold a lot of 4 just yesterday, but the person hasn't paid me for them. So I would not, if I could go back and offer my friend less, I definitely would, because these items just were not worth it. I will be lucky to get my money back because, of course, I have to pay fees and everything, and this only went for 14, so I basically only have $10 of my money back from that 50. So now I'm trying to get 40 back, and all of it's basically free shipping. So yeah, I'll just be happy to move on, and it's a lesson. This is a lesson learned. By the way, these are Bluetooth speakers from Fortnite. Then we got Poshmark sales, just a couple of them in September. These were some not Lululemon, LuLaRoe Black Cat Pixel leggings. I figured they would sell around Halloween, and I think I did pay like between $2 and $4. I'm not remembering right now, but I try not to pay very much for LuLaRoe if I pick it up at all. It's just certain patterns, and this I just knew this would sell around Halloween, so I went ahead and got it. It was also tall and curvy. That does help. The bigger, the better, as usual. So I got 17 for these, and so my profit is probably around 14, I think. Good thing about Poshmark is like they're very upfront with telling you, like if you send an offer, someone gives you an offer, they tell you straight up, like, this is how much you're making. Whereas eBay, like, that's kind of hidden. Yeah, because there's so many like things that go into what your fees really will be. Anyway, I do like that about Poshmark. So the last thing I sold on Poshmark was this really, really cool Lumberg mug tie tee from Office Space. Okay, so it was officially licensed from Office Space, as you can see here. It's from 2009, so already 10 years old. I could not find another one on the internet at all. It had a minor hole because Goodwill likes to put holes in things with their little tag guns, I guess. But yeah, I couldn't find another one, and so, but I did want to price it for the Halloween season. I didn't want to end up like holding on to this for a very long time, even though maybe I could have charged a little bit more for it. It went like within the week. I put it on eBay and Poshmark, and it sold on Poshmark, obviously, and my profit is like maybe a little under 20 for this. So yeah, very cool t-shirt. I'm so glad it sold. Uh, perfect like office, like if you have Halloween around the office, perfect for like some boss or something, you know. Anyway, that's all my sales. Hope you enjoyed what I got. So yeah, I will be bringing you October sales very, very soon. Hopefully by this weekend I'll have another sales video up, so then I'll be up to date on all my sales. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and bye.